Hey Scott, Viola here. How you doing? I wanted to quickly go through your website here, go through a couple of your competitors, and then just talk about a couple things that we can help you with. Now, for starters, I love the way your site looks. Having your immediate call to action here is super important because 99% of the people that land on your site will be using their mobile phone. So it's important to have this clickable. So kudos to you on that. All right. I saw a link up there to book an appointment. Subscribe. Okay. Right. And that's it. Okay, so Google likes to see at least 1,500 to 2,000 words of content, and that's for two reasons. The first reason is because Google has crawlers, and they're crawling the site because they're trying to figure out exactly what areas you serve and what services you offer. So, for example, if someone landed on your site and it says on here heating and cooling or HVAC Atlanta a bunch of times, Google is going to be willing to put you higher up in the search results so that more people will be able to find you because it's pretty clear what it is you offer and what you do. And also, you'll be able to beat out your competitors. So, for example, if somebody goes to Google and they type in HVAC Atlanta, the first thing we see are obviously the Google guaranteed paid ads. And then you have the Google AdWords and a little bit more ads. And then you have this section down here, which is what we call the map pack section. And this has everything to do with your business name, address, and phone number being listed throughout different directories across the World Wide Web. And when I say directories, I'm talking about like Yext, yellow pages, white pages, even Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. These are all different citations, aka directories that your business could be listed into. So the strategy to win here is to find out exactly how many citations does Moncrief Heating and Air have. And if they have 200, then you want to get at least 250 citations. So you know you're outranking them every single month. Because you and I both know if we click on this, we're going to find about 10 other pages of businesses that are doing the same thing you're doing, but nobody goes past page one for anything, right? So then you have this section down here. This is the organic section. Now, this section has everything to do with your content on your business page, specifically the homepage, as well as some backlinks. So let's hop into that. Obviously, we all know Reliable Heating and Air. I went ahead and pulled up their site right here. And this is what their page looks like. Obviously, they have a little bit more content. So I'm going to suggest that you add more content to your homepage, but they still don't have 2,000 words of content. They just have a lot more outlinks and backlinks that's going on. So I'm going to suggest you add more content, but there's something else that's powering up their site. So I'm going to hop over to this tool that I use called Eras, and it just lets me see the back end of a website and what's going on with it. The first thing you see essentially is a DR. And this is a power flow from Google. And then the UR is a trust flow from Google. And both of these numbers are increased by something called a backlink. And all a backlink simply is an endorsement from another company. So there's a clickable link on their website. And that website, when someone clicks on it, it transfers them over to your site. And it in turn passes over power and it passes over trust flow. Obviously, this is something that I could click into and see what's working for them and how it could work for you. But I want to jump in front of these keywords because this is what's going to make a huge difference in regards to being found. So you remember earlier I said Atlanta HVAC, right? So right here is telling us that 450 people look for this keyword on a monthly basis. This company is in the number 2 position and they get 172 calls just from this one keyword. And then the list goes on. I would focus on anything that says Atlanta. AC Repair Atlanta, 400 people look for that keyword per month. They're in the number 1 position for that, and they get 114 calls just from these keywords. So these are the type of keywords that you want to have incorporated on your homepage specifically, so that way when someone does land on your site, they know exactly what it is that they're looking for. They have arrived at that on that specific service as well as location. Now, let's say, for example, you are closer to Marietta. The same thing, the same process applies. HVAC Marietta. So let's say you build out your site, you have another page, and you're like, hey, we also target Marietta. Do not add that to the home page. That needs to be totally separate because the homepage is focused around Atlanta, right? So HVAC Marietta, a total set of different businesses, right? That's over here. So the same thing applies for this section. Reliable Heating and Air still pops up in the number 1 spot, but it's not for the same exact page. Let me explain. I went ahead and pulled this up. And this is the Marietta. Now, notice right here, it's very clear Marietta, Georgia, heating and AC repairs. So, if you wanted to do target Marietta, which is a smaller city, let's take a look at the numbers, right? What is this going to do for you if you did? This is that same page, Reliable Heating and Air, City Marietta. They're being found for 72 keywords. So let's see, HVAC Marietta, Georgia. 200 people look for that per month. They're in the number 2 position. They get 75 calls just from this one keyword. And then the list goes on and on. So, really and truly, this is what you want to do in order to have an impact and in order to get more clients, because the more people that are able to find your site are going to turn into the more people that are going to be able to call you and turn into the more customers that you're going to be able to assist, right? And the more money you make. Lastly, I want to show you your site in the same tool, and this is telling me that you had something going on at some point as far as some backlinks, but this is very normal, very typical numbers of a company that hasn't really been represented or hasn't really used a marketing company. But again, Scott, in order for you to get ahead of the game, you're just going to have to simply add some more content to your homepage. Just these three things: content, add some more backlinks, and then also add some more citations. I'm sorry, content, backlinks, and citations. And one last thing I noticed, these photos, remember, these are Google robots that are monitoring the site and that are crawling the site and giving you the okay to go higher up. When you save these, understand that you don't want to save these as just random numbers, because this is what the robots are reading. This is an opportunity for you to save this as a keyword. So I would put in a keyword in here such as HVAC, Marietta, etc., but don't put any two pictures with the same keyword. So even if you put a number next to it, it changes exactly what the keyword is read as, but you're still being found for HVAC Marietta, which is why when somebody types it in on Google, the images that populate are always connected to a company, and that's because of the way that they save the images. All right. That's all I got for you, Scott. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you're able to put it to use. Have a good day.